Good afternoon, everybody. We are Abia Youth for Good Governance. We have gathered this afternoon for our regular monthly executive meeting for the month of October, and we deem it fit to address some issues and set some records straight concerning some media briefing circulating at the social media. The Abia Youth Interest Group's allegation against Governor Alex Otti is false and malicious. We watch with shocking dismay a senseless carriage in the name of the press conference carried out by a group of strange elements masquerading as Abia Youth Interest Group in Abuja 3 days ago, during which they allege that the governor of Abia State, His Excellency Dr. Alex, is using Abia funds to sponsor Mr. Peter Obi's presidential litigation. Though we understand that this group is made up of some jobless and frustrated youths who are victims of the bad leadership, we are, however, appalled that they choose to allow themselves to be used to advance in vicious and dubious agenda geared towards the destabilization of Abia State in pursuit of this filthy liquor. While we consider this group and their sponsors as unreasonable and inconsequential, whose infantile primitive political strategy should not be dignified with a response, we feel constrained to speak and disabuse the minds of unsuspecting members of the public by stating the following. One, that Abia State was looted and plunged into bankruptcy by the previous PDP government, whence Governor Otti, a knowledgeable economist and notable financial manager, could not have attempted to use the scarce resources of Abia State to fund the presidential election litigation. When our parents are beginning to smile again as a result of his intervention to clear salaries and pensions arrears. Two, the sponsors of the press conference were the same elements who sponsored a false story a few months ago and alleged that Governor Otti did not put President Tinubu's portrait in government house and that he said he didn't recognize the president. The infantile calculation endowed by churning out some despicable and libelous publications, they would incite the presidency and the president against the governor. Unfortunately, those they want to incite are smarter, more knowledgeable, and have better access to information, and thus cannot be deceived. The sponsors are unpopular politicians who believe that the fraudulent wishes of the tiny minority should overrun the affair and just wishes of the popular majority, even if their actions would ignite anarchy and death in Abia State, Southeast, and Nigeria as a whole. The issue of sack Abia workers is another spurious allegation to deceive the gullible. It is very surprising that the immediate past government, which could not pay salaries and pensions for over 30 months and 36 months respectively, and did not pay any gratuity, would hurriedly and shortly conduct an employment exercise without creating the needed employment opportunities less than 2 months before the end of their tenure. This act in itself is obviously a very deliberate effort to undermine the new government. 5. Notwithstanding the terrible state of things, Governor Alex Otti met on ground with huge debt and very poor infrastructural development. He is totally committed to re-engineering Abia State so as to restore its lost glory and will not be distracted by these unfounded accusations, which is by he that kept to his promise of paying Abia workers on or before 28th of every month. 6. Governor Alex Otti's election victory, which was described as the most popular, the most celebrated across the nation, was a creation of the people's will. Therefore, no anti-democratic forces can steal the people's mandate, especially at this point in time when hope and great opportunities stared us in the face as Abia youth. We wish to use this opportunity to warn that we would no longer sit idle and watch politicians who had wrecked the state and who were properly defeated in the 2023 election attempt to convene with enemies of the state and outside forces to stoke the embers of hate, violence, and destruction get towards holding us perpetually down. We would rise and resist these aggressors and their unprovoked aggressions. We therefore call on all Abians and Nigerians in general to disregard and discountenance the unfounded, unsubstantiated allegation made against our governor, Dr. Alex Otti. And we pray that God, in his infinite mercy, will continue to bless Abia State. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Signed, Honorable Chinenye Ukebu, the President of Abia Youth for Good Governance. Thank you.